welcome back, everyone. You're all lucky. We decided not to stick to our name and go with the Irish goodbye and finish out our punishment for the year. I'm Shane. He's Jason. And we're going to do a tight 10-minute episode tonight since nothing very interesting happened last week. And luckily nobody cared.
I mean, was there on there's I thought this was a Expedition 33 podcast.
You know what, Jason? I apologize. Something very important happened last week. Not football related. A big congratulations. First off to our champion. We'll get to that more later. But the bigger congratulations to him is the birth of his son, Conrad. That is certainly at least the second biggest important thing that happened to him last week. Probably the first, probably the first, but definitely the second at least. So,
yeah. I mean, strong name too, Conrad. Strong name. It evokes a. When I think of I've only ever known one Conrad, so I guess this is probably clouding it. But I think of like a fisherman's sweater wearing, like barrel chested, salt of the earth kind of man. So one can only hope that that strangely if specific description is just Ray's son grows up to be just a fraction of this apparently fantasy man that I have in my head when I think of that name.
Also, too, Ray, just so you know, we are looking for additional players next year. So if Conrad's able to get up to speed in time for next season, we'd love to have him. We have one, maybe two spots that we need to fill. So Conrad will be more than welcome.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, you can never start with being disappointed too young in life. So what better place to start than here?
I don't know, Jason. Do you want to we'll jump into a quick championship game, go over that really quickly. We're off script now. We have not put in the time that we've put in for the rest of the season. So we'll do that real quick. Maybe go over the games that Yahoo actually has for us because I'm not. Yeah. I don't want to do work, and then maybe we'll look at a preview of next season real quickly. Based off of draft picks that people were here. So, the one thing I will say about the championship game is I noticed a number of former Cardinals playing in this game. So over on Ray's side, he picked up the scraps of Baker Mayfield, had a solid game.
Mm-hmm.
On Josh's side, we have Parker Washington, who flashed for me for a few weeks.
He did. And he flashed here.
He had a great week. And then, of course, the Jamar Chase, trade is a big one. And this is probably the biggest week that Josh has had Jamar Chase on his team.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite enough. And honestly, the only reason for that is Jared Goff. So if we're looking at our kind of our heroes and IR designees, Jared Goff is.
Wow. What a bum. 3 fumbles. Just a horrendous game. And, he's not the only culprit, but as a quarterback, scoring under 6 points, he's the guy. Like if he scored his projections, then Josh wins. So rough, and especially rough with it being, what was that like? It was super early in the week. Was it the Christmas game? Or I don't even know. Time has no meaning at this point. Started off the week on a real sour note. And I mean, the team, big games from a couple big guys. But yeah, Goff is easily the dud here. IR designee our final IR designee of this podcast. Well, yeah, I mean, in the game that really mattered. I mean, if we're switching to, we're looking at the positive side there. I mean, who else could it be? And I think it's fitting. I think it's fitting. I'm gonna do it.
It is. It is. No, it's
son of a.
It's Jake Tungus. That's what we were trying to say this entire time. It's Jake.
You always knew that it would come down to.
He is the greatest NFL tight end that's ever. No, go ahead.
Yeah, there's no one else on this. In my mind, there's no one else on this team worth mentioning right now than Jake. I mean, it's hard to, and I think what gives us a little extra. I don't know if irony is the right word, but you have a Christian McCaffrey scoring 28 points, and you have him. He is has that little questionable tag next to his name after the championship, which I feel is just a real cherry on top here. Is he wins the game. He's the highest point scorer for Points Latte, easily his team MVP, league MVP, and tweaks his back a little bit at the end just to be like, I think he personally was thinking about us and saying, you know what? Back's feeling a little stiff, guys. Does this sound familiar? So,
just real quick, too. Just CMC this year.
Outrageous.
Had one game below 10 points.
Look at all the number. Look at just if you open up his Yahoo thing.
The worst week he had was 22 for 73.
Yep.
And a touchdown. And then one reception for 14 yards. That 15.7 points. That was the second worst week of the year for him.
Yep.
I am out. I'm outraged.
The catches. And not only the targets, but the efficiency on the targets. Like, I mean, you got wide receivers out here who can't catch the ball. And here he is, whatever kind of who cares?
Right?
Most of them are on my team. Some of them are on your team. And he's just peppering the stat sheet here on it. It's just crazy. And last year 47 total points. This year 404 points.
Ridiculous.
Which is already more than he had in 2023, which was of course the year that last year I was very excited to draft him coming off that year, and we all know how that went. So McCaffrey, never want to mention your name again. Will I consider? I won't have the chance to, but would I consider drafting you again? Of course I would. Am I ready to be hurt again? Of course I am. But that's the last I want to hear about this guy for at least several months.
So before we move on, congratulations, Ray. First championship.
Yep.
First child.
What a week.
Big year for him, but definitely earned it. And I don't think there was I think the biggest reason why this week was a snoozer for a lot of people was because everyone was going to be fine with whoever won. Like, if Curtis won his first, if Ray won his first, like, it was like the nice guy bowl. Like, that's where we were at with it. And so, bummer for Curtis. I was hoping, that he could have gotten his as well. Longtime member here, but he'll have another opportunity in 10 to 15 years. So,
yeah, I mean, it's I do feel that when it comes to the painting, which may not happen,
We won't. No.
It definitely would need to be. Obviously, I'm thinking championship trophy in one hand, the new baby in the other hand.
Yep.
Baby shaped trophy shaped baby.
Can I? Yeah. Actually, can I
You know,
interest you in a really distasteful one where
of course,
there's someone birthing a
a
Jeffrey?
trophy.
Just very distasteful, but like just feels appropriate for the moment.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like a like a anthropomorphic trophy, a large one, giving birth to a smaller trophy is what, or
Like sort of
I
like
could,
it would be like a Hey Arnold, right? Like it'd be birthing Hey Arnold.
yes, right.
What it is.
I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, we'll get our let's get our top man on this.
Well,
I mean, not
not
the people who are actually supposed to do it.
our
But,
bottom man.
yeah.
So let's shift over. Let's look at the third place game. I There's just so much regret here. This year I don't feel like I've sat and played through everything that has gone through my mind when I set up lineups, and now I'm going to use this last opportunity that I have to let all of you know that the coin flip was between Blake Corum and Audric Estime.
Mm.
And that pretty much sums up this entire season, where do I make the right choice? I do not.
Yeah, well, in your defense, all the numbers back up this choice.
Oh, 100%. But it was still a decision I was making, one that I was bouncing back and forth between. And I mean, like, granted,
And he got hurt, and
he got hurt.
whatever. It's
That-
it's the way things have gone.
Right. That's exactly it. I mean, like it's the way things have gone for a number of different reasons and whatever, but also too looking over at Brian's side, I thought Brees Hall was dead. Didn't even know he was still playing football. Apparently he is still good.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he did either.
Yeah, no. But like between him, Trey McBride, and then Trevor Lawrence, it was rough. It's rough to waste a 41-point game from Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
A 5-touchdown game. Like, how do you have 5 touchdowns and you're not the hero of the week?
Yep.
Jason, explain it to me.
Well, I mean, you know what? I think, honestly, let's do it. In a loss, Brock Purdy, hero of the week.
He's not done.
We make the rules.
It was in a
No.
loss.
We make the rules here.
Jason, we have stuck to these rules so firmly for the entire season. Are you telling me that on the last episode you want to break everything that we've established here?
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know.
You know who could have helped me this week? Jamar Chase's 25 points. That would have helped.
Well,
that would have helped. It's the first week I honestly am regretting trading Jamar Chase. I don't know. What do we try to get in the league anyway now? What is it, $30 or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I guess if I'm only getting the $30 back or 25 or whatever.
Yeah, you get your money back, right?
I suppose
I mean,
my
it's more than that now.
Yeah. Anyway, congratulations, Brian. Hope you enjoy your money back after you traded away a lot of draft picks.
He's loving that, by the way.
You
He's
know what?
wheeling and dealing. He's got a big cork board with a bunch of yarn pieced together between. This is what he wanted all along. His master plan's being unfolded for next season.
I do not think we need to look at Tank and Cheney Swabink's game, even though it's up here.
It was a game that happened.
What was this one for?
I don't know. Fourth place?
No, this is for
fifth place.
Yeah, 5th place.
So,
I think for like a a higher draft pick. So it might be for like the
The,
fifth draft pick or something.
like the choice of the, I don't know. Honestly, that conversation happened like a couple weeks ago about should we flip this and that, and honestly, I'd maybe more confused than ever
That's
as to what's going on.
fair.
So I don't even know what this game is for, but it's for something that I'm sure we may be impactful to make people want to compete.
Well, most importantly, congratulations to Tank. Great first season. Also, you must feel really proud having an abuser or an assaulter on your team. Those 22 points must feel really, really good. Uh, but even if you had benched him, he wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been different.
Yeah,
So.
you know, you only you can only live, so long before you see yourself become, the villain in this way. Katankus and his peerless record all season. He was attacked by powers that be. It's the jury is still out on all that transpired this season, and through it all, he kept his head high, integrity, and now last game of the season, and I'm not convinced that can anyone prove that Katankus was not uh, you know um, didn't have any advanced information about this incident. Like, I mean, I'm not obviously not making any accusations here, but
You're asking the hard questions.
I was asking questions, and like you said, it wouldn't have really mattered. So I guess we can give him a pass here on this, because if he had swapped out, some guys, then he still would have won. So
All right, let's Jason, I'm gonna give you a second to shift over. Let's look at next year. It's coming up, it's right around the corner. We've got keepers that are gonna happen, but
yep.
honestly, I'm too tired. I don't care enough. I'm not looking at your keepers, people. Um,
Nope.
so you're gonna have to imagine that. But if we look at draft picks, there's an easy Yahoo page that shows us the draft picks. So that's where we're gonna go. We're going for the path of least resistance here.
Yep, I see that here.
We've got Chinese waving cats, a straight up draft. Bare naked Hades, straight up draft. Catankerous, straight up draft. Bottom of the barrel, so that'll be whoever takes over there is a straight up draft. I think that's it. I think everyone else has draft picks.
Well, I mean, draft day is a straight up, but we'll see who that is, if it's bad or not.
Was it? Wait, where is draft day? Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, it's at the very bottom for me. So yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Not surprising, right?
draft day, straight up draft, and then so there's what? There's about half the league that has a
Yep,
mixed up draft
pretty
order,
much.
pick everything. So let's look real quickly. Let's go from losers to winners. Okay. So losers in this scenario, I'm gonna say the Troll Tools, just because they don't have their first round pick. It's not too bad because it's a first and a third they don't have, and they trade that out for a fourth and a sixth.
Yeah,
it's not terrible.
But,
you can go for value there based off of who the keeper is.
It's true.
Could you keep
Well,
somebody
that's true. That's what
who
really
is like a
matters.
first round pick, but keep them in a later round?
Lower. Yep.
I think it's not terrible. It's not like a wild swing this year or anything like that.
It could be. I would say it as potentially be the most impactful.
Right.
Out of, just because this season we saw him get really good running back value late in the draft.
Way round, yeah.
But you never know, because it's not the NFL draft. Like, not having your first and your third could be a pretty big deal based on how the rest of the draft goes. But yeah, keepers, which we don't know about, factor into this, and
right.
So on and so forth.
And I think the next negative would be, I'm going to go points latte half calf, which for them, Ray won the championship, so job well done.
Yeah.
And
Big
it's
deal.
not terrible. Third and a seventh that are gone for a ninth and a 13th. But yeah, definitely the next kind of loser in this. He's starting from behind. And actually, Jason, that's going to be an interesting thing with how we choose our draft picks. Is the guys who don't have a first round draft pick getting to choose their spot? And it'll be based off of where their second round pick is. So for Brian, it's going to benefit him to pick 12th, right?
Lower. Yep.
Yeah. So that his second and fourth round picks are higher than they would have been. So anyway,
Never really thought about that. I'm sure he's thought about that.
No, it's an interesting wrinkle. I would say that the next loser right now, I'm gonna put. I think I'm putting the Superb Owls. It's a third for a 12th. That's the Jamar Chase effect.
Yep.
He's not terrible.
But he's stuck with, it's one of those things about keepers.
Right.
Because, like you, it's when you made the trade, is the difference in that first round is Chase, 9 spots better than, some other person that you you could get, in that sort of loose thinking. And in this case, it's like, okay, Chase led him to, second place, but he already has a first round pick. So what does he do? What does he? What does he do with Chase? And does this play into? Does this play more in your favor or in his? And I would say in yours for next year. So it's interesting. I mean, it's not like he doesn't have the first round pick, so he can either say, I want to run it back with Chase again.
Right.
And then you make that choice and you're guaranteed him.
Again, with that, he tries to go for a lower round pick. Now, granted, he's got the second to last pick to do that with, so he doesn't have a lot of play in there. But yeah, there's some strategy there as well. I would say for the next loser, the next one that's I would say very by a hair. It's a little bit better than the Superb Owls, and that's you, Malcolm Desquad. You have a 6th round in exchange for a 3rd round. So not wildly different.
Yeah.
It's not terrible, but it's it's a thing that you're gonna have to think about. And
it's a big jump with the in terms of depth, and that they would be. Based on earlier thinking, I was thinking, okay, between the 3rd and the 6th, I would be drafting a tight end, most likely. Now I wouldn't have to think about it as much with Warren, but he really dropped off, and now the quarterback situation's up in the air, and it's a whole deal. Not that I want to think about it now, but yeah, I mean, in terms of the out of people who've made big trades, I think it makes sense, because I think there are a couple people that are more clearly at the top when it comes to trades that are definitely I guess we're going in reverse order of who's coming up as who's best. So yeah.
So now we're left with, I believe, if I have done everything correctly, and definitely have not been really planning this out, but I believe we're left with our top 3, correct?
I think we have Fat Guy, you, and and your other team.
Right. So in 3rd place, I think it's obviously me. It's I've got the top of the draft still. I've got 2 3rd rounds, 2 5th rounds. I lose a 6th round, and I lose a 12th round. So, I mean, it's. I think on the whole, obviously, I'm in a plus draft position right now.
Yeah, first 5 rounds are going to be real nice.
Right. And it's not like I don't think it's like breaking the game um in a top spot, but like I'm I'm comfortable there.
Yep.
Um all right, and that leaves us with between Mad Dogs and Fat Guy. Jason, I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave this to you. I want to hear your thoughts first about who you think has the best draft position next year. It's an interesting. It's
It
not easy.
is. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm going to give the edge to just because the premium picks front loaded for 2 first round picks is really nice. And he's the only person who has them. It's straight up picks. So I'm going to give Mad Dogs the edge. You know, he goes 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. Then he has empty
Right.
2 empty rounds, which could be rough, but I think if the first 3 rounds go well, it could be a really strong team. And then you kind of, as things go, you pick things later in the draft, and you hope you kind of land, land some of those not really dart throws, but you get into that territory. I think that edges out that guy. The one in the first, 1 in the second, 3 third rounders, really nice. The I think I give the edge just because first round picks are
Yeah.
so strong
I
to
think
Mad Dogs, but not by much.
no, I
It's
think that's
they're
no.
yeah.
I think the idea of having so okay, you can look at this in a couple of different ways, right? And like I let's just kind of do this real time and kind of like talk it through and debate it out because I'm still up in the air. So Josh has 5 picks in the first 3 rounds. Chuck has 5 picks in the first 3 rounds. Now, granted, Josh has one of those in the first round. Um, but yeah, I mean, like there's a value there. But then let's look at the first 7 rounds, which I think we can like. I kind of look at it mostly because Chuck has 2 extra
Because
picks,
they has 2 in the 7th. Yeah.
but also too because like that's where you're getting your players, like the guys who are starting for you from.
Mm-hmm.
So Chuck has 9 picks in the first 7 rounds. Josh has 7 picks in the first 7 rounds. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think those 2 extra picks. But I do agree with you. I think the first round pick, I place a huge premium there. So I would
Yeah.
agree with you that Mad Dogs gets the slight edge, but it wouldn't surprise me if in the
It's tough.
Fat Guy ends up benefiting more.
I could see that. I think it depends on, of course, how things fall as always. But I just feel like the you get it once you get past like the 4th round, you do get obviously core players, 5, 6, 7, but you start to get into the depending on where the order falls, you start to get into some of the weird like I could go one of 3 or 4 ways. Hope I pick the right guy, type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like the I think I don't know for sure, but this was like let me check. So thinking about running backs, for example, which the league loves, um, Mad Dog's in a good spot to first round. You can get a premier top running back and wide receiver in that first round. Really good guy in the second. Another 2 in the third. Like he could be set at those positions and not just with guys who you're like, this guy will be good, but guys that you hope you can sort of set and forget. So I think that does push it over the edge. I mean, I'm looking at like for instance Tony Pollard, who I drafted in the 5th round, who picked it up for you, but you're making choices like that in those rounds. And that's just where I feel like front loading is better. But I could see Chuck having a really good draft that might end up being better just based on how certain chips fall. Yeah. So
It'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. Again, 10 minutes, Jason.
Yep. I mean, we did it. 10 plus 20, right? That's what we're going for. And I mean, honestly, we could probably just keep on going if we really needed to. But,